A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. But wait, it's Z. Let's get that in our heads. Come on now, let's get spiritual because it's time for AlphaBiblical. Yes, today it's all about Rufus. Yeah, Rufus. Do you know what? If I ask you about lots of people in the Bible, I'm sure you know about them, don't you? For example, who was the person who went with Naomi back to her homeland? Who was the husband of Eve? Yeah, you know the answer. David and Goliath. No? Yes? I'm just kidding. Of course it was Ruth and Adam. The point I'm making is, you know lots about people in the Bible, but this person is a little obscure. We don't hear a lot about him at all. His name is Rufus. Now, where do we find out about him? Well, when we find out about him, really, we are finding out about his father. His father was that man called Simon of Cyrene who was forced to carry the cross on which Jesus was crucified. Yeah, that Simon. He had two sons. One was called Rufus and one was called Alexander. Yeah, so whenever we hear about Rufus, he seems to be always linked with family. And that must have been a very, very traumatic time for his father. Yet, his sons are also mentioned. So you get the idea that they work together to support each other. That's amazing. The other time that Rufus is mentioned was in Romans. Yeah, so twice in the Bible his name is mentioned. In fact, Paul is writing to his mother to thank her for all the work that she did for him. And Rufus's name was mentioned. So, what can we learn from Rufus? Have you noticed that every single time his name is mentioned, his family is mentioned? And that made me wonder how important family is. Yeah, very, very important. So whether it was a traumatic time or a time of praise, Rufus and his family were actually mentioned. And that makes me realize, you know what? We are part of loads of different families. Of course, we are part of the family into which we are born, but we're also parts of the family of Christ. And we are parts of communities or even parts of the church family. And you know what? Even though sometimes family don't get on, we're always quarreling and annoying each other, the point is, there's a reason why I think God has placed us where we are. So this week, ask Him for wisdom so we know how to respond when there are arguments and things are not always working well. Ask Him to help us to be kind enough to support our families, the people around us. That's all for AlphaBiblical now. Have a great week. Amen.